The night sky above the warfront was stained red with smoke and fire. Our platoon had been retreating for hours, stumbling over blackened ground, the air thick with the metallic stench of blood and burning machines. I was barely holding myself together, running on adrenaline and sheer will, when I noticed her. Soraya, my alien teammate. She wasn't supposed to stumble. Not her. Among our squad, she had always been the strongest, an unbreakable wall with violet skin, silver hair braided tightly down her back, and eyes that glowed faintly under the dimming embers of war. Her kind were bred for resilience, their culture rooted in endurance and pride. Where humans faltered, Soraya carried twice the weight. Where others cried, she simply clenched her jaw and marched forward. But tonight was different. We had barely cleared the ridge when I saw her falter. Her stride shortened, her breath shallow, and then, before I could call her name, her knees buckled. I lunged forward, catching her against me. The sudden weight drove me down to one knee, her body pressed into mine, trembling. Hey! Soraya, stay with me, I rasped, shaking her shoulder gently. She didn't respond at first. Her head rested against my chest, strands of her silver hair sticking to my sweat-soaked uniform. I could feel the faint vibration of her heartbeat against my ribs, far too fast, uneven. For the first time since I'd met her, she wasn't the invincible warrior I knew. She was fragile, human in her weakness. I wanted to call for help, but the rest of the squad had pushed ahead, shadows disappearing into the dark forest line. It was just us, left behind in the smoldering wreckage. I shifted her carefully, trying to steady her. You're burning up, I muttered. What happened? Did you take a hit? Her lips parted slightly, her breath hot against my collarbone. Finally, in a voice so faint it barely reached me, she whispered, "Don't leave me." The words rooted me to the spot. Of all the things I had expected her to say, orders, warnings, even curses, those soft, pleading words were not among them. Soraya had always laughed at human fragility, often teasing me during training drills about how quickly humans broke, how easily our bodies gave up under pressure. She'd call me glass bones when I strained, smirk at my exhaustion while she stood unbothered. And yet here she was, clinging to me as though I were the only thing keeping her from shattering. I swallowed hard. I'm not going anywhere. Her hand, trembling, reached up to clutch the fabric at my chest. You don't understand, she said, her voice cracking raw. If I fall here, if I let go, my people will call me dishonored. But you, her glowing eyes, blurred with unshed tears, lifted to meet mine. You're the only one I can collapse in front of. Her confession hit me harder than any weapon ever could. I didn't know how to respond. My heart hammered against my ribs, torn between fear, confusion, and something deeper, something that had been growing inside me since the day we became partners. I had admired her strength, her wit, her endless willpower, but I had never imagined she would trust me enough to show me this side of her. The battlefield around us faded into silence. It was just her, this fierce alien warrior, trembling in my arms, admitting the truth she had buried behind years of pride. Soraya, I began, my throat tight. She shook her head weakly, pressing her forehead into my chest as though she couldn't bear to see my face. You humans, you break too easily. That's what I always said. That's what I wanted to believe. But the truth is, her voice faltered, it's me. I'm the one breaking. And I can't stand that it's in your arms I feel safe. The words stole my breath. For so long, I had thought her distance, her sharp remarks, were born of disdain. But now I realized they were walls. Walls she had built because admitting weakness, admitting need, was a crime in her culture. And now, with her body shaking against mine, she had chosen to tear them down for me. I tightened my arms around her instinctively, steadying her. Then break, I whispered fiercely. Break here. With me. I'll carry you. Her chest hitched against mine, and I realized with a jolt she was crying. Silent tears, hot against my neck. Soraya, who had never once bowed her head, was letting herself fall apart in my arms. The sound of it cut deeper than any blade. Minutes passed like hours. I adjusted my grip, keeping her close, whispering small reassurances I wasn't even sure she heard. Her breathing began to slow, but she still clung to me, as if I might vanish if she let go. Then, softly, almost inaudible, she spoke again. Do you know why I didn't leave your side in battle? Why I always made sure you were behind me? I blinked, caught off guard. Because I'm slower than you? I tried to lighten the mood, but my voice cracked. She shook her head faintly. Because I couldn't stand the thought of you being gone. Not you. Not the one human who treated me like more than a weapon. Her fingers curled tighter into my shirt. You gave me something I didn't think I could ever have, someone who saw me, not just my strength. Her words burned into my heart. I wanted to tell her everything I had been holding back, the way I admired her more than I could ever say, the way her laughter haunted me at night, the way her mere presence made me push harder, fight longer, believe stronger. But the weight of the moment pressed me silent. All I could do was hold her, hoping she understood. Distant shouts broke the stillness, our squad calling out in the dark. Relief flickered through me, but Soraya's grip only tightened. Don't let them see me like this," she whispered urgently. "Please. Just you." I nodded without hesitation, wrapping myself around her protectively, as if I could shield her from the world. When our comrades finally found us, I simply said she had been wounded, nothing more. They helped set up a makeshift camp nearby, and I stayed with her, refusing to let her out of my arms even when they insisted. Later, as the fire crackled low and exhaustion weighed heavy on all of us, I felt her shift slightly. Her head rested fully against my chest now, her breathing slow, steady, calmer. "You'll never understand what this means," she murmured, half asleep. "But I need you to stay." Her words seared into me like a vow. I knew then that this was more than battle, more than survival. Soraya wasn't just my teammate. She wasn't just my alien comrade. She had given me something no one else ever had, her trust, her secret, her breaking point. And in return, I knew I would give her everything I had, even if it meant standing between her and the universe itself. As her body finally relaxed against mine, her warmth sinking into me, I closed my eyes. The war still raged, the night still burned with danger, but in that fragile moment, nothing else mattered. Because my alien teammate had collapsed against me, not out of weakness, but out of a trust so powerful it reshaped everything I thought I knew about her, and about myself. And her reason, the truth she whispered through her tears, was something I would carry forever.